Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are staying home quite safely in this very horrible time of lockdown. But now we are going to start with 12th class. So first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you for being promoted in the second year. Well, in this class, I'm going to start your classes from a grammatical topic, that is notice writing. Actually friends, a notice writing is a written or printed news information or news announcement or information. It can be of anything. Actually, a notice writing can be of a happening of a work that is done or is likely to be done. It can be about a meeting. Suppose you have to report about a meeting, you can have a notice. An event. Suppose someone is going in on a historical trip and you have to make a notice for your notice board, for the notice board of your college. That is a historical trip. A picnic, you have to give the information about a picnic and you have to prepare a notice for your notice board. Change of name, venue, timings, addresses, etc. Means there can be a lot of information regarding the various things which can be presented with the help of a notice. Now friends, this notice writing is a very important art in the modern age. Generally, the word limit which is given for a notice writing is 50 words. And only in the limitation of 50 words, you have to prepare in such a way a notice that should be noticed by each and everyone and that can satisfy all the queries about that information. It can satisfy not only the mind but the heart also of a particular person, that whatever the information you have given is quite satisfying. Now we'll talk about the features of a notice. Now go on and try to make the notes also. As I told you, my dear friends, if you talk about the features and instructions of a notice, you can talk about so many points. I have written the points, I will keep writing and you can make the notes also, my dear friends. The first point is, let's start from here. Later on I will give you the structure and layout of a notice also. But before giving the layout and structure, let's have some very important features. You should always put these points into your kind consideration, please. A notice is always written in a box. Means you have to make a box for the notice. A notice can never be without a box. And this box should always be made with a pencil. एग्जाम में भी पेंसिल से बॉक्स बनाइए. You have to make the box with a pencil. I told you that the prescribed word limit of a notice is 50 words. Don't cross the word limits. If you cross the word limits, a negative mark will be awarded. You will be awarded a negative mark. So I have written, observe the word limit. If you exceed it, you will get a negative mark. And I have also written, prescribed word limit, 50 words. So just remember this particular point. Be careful about the word limit. It's very important here. Now, the order of the presentation should be clear. Means, whatever the order is there of the presentation, you should be very clear about it. जो चीज जैसे जिस रूप में ऑर्डर में होनी है उस ऑर्डर पे बहुत ज्यादा क्लैरिटी होनी चाहिए. First of all, when you start it, you will go for the name of the institution, organization. It comes first, and then you will come with date. I will tell you later on when I will give you the complete structure and layout. In that, I will explain that point. Now, there is a point. Don't mention your personal information. Just remember this particular point. Actually, कभी भी एक नोटिस राइटिंग में फर्स्ट और सेकंड पर्सन अवॉइड किया जाता है. जनरली उसमें आई यू नहीं होता, और आई तो बहुत ही अवॉइड किया जाता है. थर्ड पर्सन में ही बात करने का प्रयास किया जाता है कॉमनली उसकी जो कंडीशन होती है. और पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन तो बिल्कुल नहीं दे सकते आप. सो प्लीज डोंट गो विद द पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन, बट यू हैव टू गिव द कंप्लीट अवेलेबल इंफॉर्मेशन. I have written the point, it must contain the complete available information. जितनी भी available information आपके पास है, you have to give all those informations in a notice. Now, the other points. Now, the next point is avoid hypothetical information and facts. हवाबाजी नहीं होनी चाहिए. Always try to go in a concrete way. Give the accurate information. So avoid the hypothetical informations. Be concrete. It's very important. Then don't repeat any information. Repetition of any information is a crime in a notice. Please do remember this fact. एक क्राइम होता है एक रिपोर्ट में, एक नोटिस में हमेशा. फिर your notice should be short and effective. आपकी नोटिस शॉर्ट होनी चाहिए, इफेक्टिव होनी चाहिए. फॉलो द रूल ऑफ ब्रेविटी. सूक्ष्मता के रूल को फॉलो करिए. इन द फील्ड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन देयर इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सेइंग दैट हैव ब्रेविटी, बट ब्रेविटी शुड नॉट बी एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ क्लैरिटी. ब्रेविटी कभी भी क्लैरिटी की कॉस्ट पर नहीं हो सकती. It can never be at the cost of clarity. So, your notice should be short and effective. It's very important, my dear friends. Then, highlight the word notice. You can write the word notice like this and title like this. It can be either bold or underlined, I have written. You can write it in bold way or you can underline it by writing the first letters in capitals. Both of the styles. In modern English, in the maximum books you will see that they have written notice like this. So you can follow this rule. There is no any problem. Or you can just underline it also. No any problem at all. It will be considered in that particular way. Now, I will then tell one more point here. That in a notice, you will have the title notice and you can have a subtitle also. On the maximum occasions, you will have to give two titles. Notice as a title and then a subtitle regarding the subject. You can write both in the same way. You can have it in bold way or you can underline it. Now, my dear friends, the next point is the title should be captivating and eye-catching. Whatever the title you have given after notice, that title should be eye-catching. Means it should be in a fancy way. You should put all your imagination in chalking out that word which will put the maximum impression there, which will be maximum impressive. So you have to find out that word, you have to chalk out that word there. Then follow the 5 W's, the biggest point, my dear friends. Whenever you're talking about any content, actually these points are always important in all the writings, especially in this writing form also. You have to go for the 5 W's and 1 H. 5 W's means what? Means first of all you have to think that what I have to write. आपको क्या लिखना है? First of all आप उसके बारे में सोचोगे. You will think about that. Then when means you will talk about the time, you will talk about the date, you will put into your kind consideration these points while writing it. The first W is what? Means the content. Then the when, कब होना है. You have where, the venue, the place, कहाँ पर होना है, किस रूप में होना है. Then why, क्यों means what is the object? What is the object of that notice? पर्पस एक अलग से पॉइंट होता है, लेकिन इसका मतलब पर्पस भी हो सकता है. हमारे लिए समझना बहुत जरूरी है. It's very important for us to understand that why am I writing this notice? What is the purpose of this notice? And if you know the why clearly, then you can write it into a better way. So what is done, when, why, where, and then who. Means who are the people to whom you are addressing. किनसे आप बात कर रहे हो, किनसे आपकी बात होगी, किनके लिए वो नोटिस लिखी जा रही है, इसके बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए. और सब कुछ सोचने के बाद, after thinking about all these things, you will go for how. Means how will you plan it? What will be the style of planning the complete notice? This particular point will come after this. Now the next point is, state the purpose of notice clearly. I have told you already in the point. It's very important to understand what my purpose is. And you have to express that purpose also very clearly in your notice. It's a very important point which should be discussed very thoroughly in your mind also, and then it should come into your writing also. And when you discuss, then only it will come in your writing. Then there is a point, use impersonal language. Actually, friends, in the world of communication, impersonal language is very important. When we talk about impersonal language is very important. Because in this particular form of writing, actually impersonal language, that is third person, is more important. You not have to avoid only I, you have to avoid you also, as much as it is possible to avoid you also. Avoiding I is very important. It's compulsory to avoid I from this writing. Then it is important to give the designation of the writer just below the signature. I have written this particular point when I will give you the format. But this particular point is mentioned here because it's very important to understand. When you will come to the end of a notice, at last you write the name in the form of the signature of the person who has written it, and that just after the signature in the form of name, the designation of the authority should also be written. The designation should also be written. It's a very important point to have that designation also there. Then your English should be correct. Don't write too much. Write in a balanced way without any grammatical mistake. You have to avoid that grammatical mistake, my dear. Avoiding grammatical mistake is a big point. You have to follow it. So these are the points which are very much important in order to attempt a notice. Now I will tell you about the topics or the subjects related to the various fields according to your exams. Those points are, now let's talk about the topic or the subjects of the notice. Well, it's a very broad art. So many subjects are available, so many topics can be asked. But I've just selected few topics to tell you that in examination, the questions will be asked on these topics only to you. A notice on the cultural and academic activities. First is the broad one. Suppose you have to arrange a dance program, or there is a drama in your college as a group, there is an intercollegiate music competition, you have to give the notice on that, or rather you have arranged a debate, and in that debate you want the participation of the maximum students. For that you have to make a notice. There is a quiz program, there is an exhibition. So these all notices will come under the first criteria. That will be a notice on the cultural and academic activities. The second one is a notice on picnic, tours, excursions, etc. Whenever you are planning, suppose you are planning a picnic, or your class is planning a picnic, or rather your school is planning a picnic, and you have to put a notice on the notice board for that. And when you make a notice for that, that will come under the second criteria. The third one is a notice on NSS, camps, etc. These things. This will be the third thing. Then the fourth one is a notice on lost and found. When you talk about a notice on lost and found, so many times it happens that you have to write down a notice for someone. You get in your examination a question like this, that you are phalane, like this, and you have to write down a notice. आपको ये नोटिस बनानी है, कोई एक इंसान है उसका सामान खो गया है, या एक कोई व्यक्ति खो गया है, for that. तो lost and found ये इसके अंतर्गत आता है. Then the celebrations, you can have the alumni function in your college, you can have the silver jubilee function, you can have the golden jubilee function, etc. And for those celebrations you have to give a notice on the notice board, and for that you are writing a notice. Apart from these notices, you may be asked some public notices to be made. Suppose you have to give an ad type of notice. You're just planning for a 20 days, or you can say 60 days or 40 days workshop for the cultural activities, and you have to give a public notice for that. So these come under the public notices. So you can have a notice on the public issues also in that way. Then I have given the club, tender, or the sales auction notice. Whenever you have to give any notice regarding a club, that comes under the club notice. Tender, suppose you have inviting tenders for the various things. So tenders are also a form of a notice. You will have to issue a notice first in the public interest, in the interest of public, and you will have to invite, their tenders for that. So that will come under the tender notice. Then sale or auction notice. कई बार आप देखते हैं सेल लगी होती है, उस सेल के लिए जो नोटिस लिखी जाती है, that notice comes under the criteria of sale or auction notice. These are the various notices. These topics can be asked to you in your exams. So my dear friends, I completed all these portions now. Well, it's not possible for me to give all the examples of these all notices. You can say that in these classes. So when your school will open, I will provide you the examples for this. But I will complete the chapter. Now in the second part of the chapter, I will give you the structure and layout of a notice. What's the structure of a notice exactly? How will you come out with that notice? This particular point I will give you in the second class. So in the second class, in the second part, I will explain the structure and layout of a notice, and then I will start any other topic for you all guys. Well, my dear friends, it's very much important to pay attention on your grammar. So go on and revise all the topics which are given to you in class 11th. I've given all the things to you. I don't have too much time to explain the grammatical topics to you all guys here in this class, because you will be asked the writing skills. You will be only asked to write on these things, but without a nice and you can say a perfect knowledge of grammar, it's very difficult for you to go on and to write down these things bitterly or in a beautiful way. So you all of you. Please revise these all things in these holidays. Well, I will come in the next class to talk about the second part of this class, rather notices. Till then, it's goodbye from here. Thank you.